Hello everyone, today in this video we are going to discuss various methods of generating EMF by changing the magnetic flux. So after this video you should be able to explain the different methods for generating EMF and derive and apply the formula for generated EMF. As we all know, we can induce EMF by changing the magnetic flux through a circuit, and the magnetic flux is given by this. So in order to change the magnetic flux to produce EMF, we can either change this magnetic field. So to change the magnetic field, we can bring the magnet near to the coil, or we can move the coil as well, or we can switch on another coil near to the coil. And second, we can change the area. So we can change the area by sliding one conductor over U-shaped conductor in a magnetic field. And third, we can change the angle between magnetic field and the area vector of the coil. So out here you can see, if you rotate a coil in a magnetic field, the flux will change. So out here the flux is maximum when the angle between area and magnetic field is 0 degree, and it is minimum. And out here you can see the magnetic field lines are not crossing the area because the angle between magnetic field and area is 90 degrees. So out here the flux is minimum. So in between 0 and 90 degree the flux will change. So one of the way to change the magnetic flux is by changing the angle between area vector and the magnetic field. Now we will derive the relation of induced EMF produced by rotating a rectangular coil in a magnetic field. So in the figure you can see, this is the rectangular coil which we are rotating in a magnetic field B, and omega is the angular velocity of the coil, and theta is the angle made by the area vector at any time t. So we know angular velocity is angle per unit time, so we can write the angle at any time is given by omega t. And we know flux through the coil is given by BA cos theta, and instead of theta we can write omega t, and according to Faraday's law we can write EMF is equal to minus d phi dt, rate of change of magnetic flux with time. Now we'll put the value of phi from here, BA cos theta, then B and A. B is the magnetic field, A is the area, which are constant. It does not depend on time, so it will come out. So we have to differentiate cos omega t, because cos omega t changes with time, because the angle cos omega t changes with time. So differentiation of cos theta is minus sin theta, and this omega will come out. So E is equal to BA omega sin omega t. So out here BA and omega is a constant, so I can replace it by another constant, that is E0. So EMF is equal to E0 sin omega t. Now we'll draw one table to show the variation of E with this angle omega t. So out here you can see, so omega t is theta, so I'm using theta out here. So when the angle between magnetic field and the area vector is 0 degree, that time EMF is 0. So when the loop and magnetic field is making 0 degree angle, out here you can see green one is magnetic field and red one is area vector. Out here the angle is 0 degree, so at this time there will be no EMF produced in the coil. So next, when theta is 90 degree, that time EMF will be E0 sin 90 degree. So sin 90 degree is 1, you will get E0. So this time when the angle between magnetic field and area vector is 90 degree, we will get the maximum EMF on this loop. So next is 180 degree. So when magnetic field and area vector are anti-parallel to each other, that time sin 180 is 0, so you will get 0 EMF. And when theta is 270, the angle between magnetic field and area vector is 270, that time sine 270 is -1, so you'll get EMF is equal to minus E naught. So this is minimum. When the angle was 90 degree it was maximum, and when angle is 270 it is minimum, and when it is 360 degree or 0 degree, that time also the EMF is 0. Now if you plot a graph between EMF and angle, that is omega t, then you'll get somewhat like this. When 0 degree you have 0 EMF, so then after that it will increases and it will become maximum E naught at 90 degree, and again it will start decreasing and it will become 0 at 180 degree or pi degree radian, and it will become maximum negative in 270 degree or 3 pi by 2 radian, and it will again come back to 0. So if you see the graph, this is sinusoidal graph, meaning it is alternating EMF. So the direction and magnitude of the EMF produced by the rotating coil is alternating EMF. If you have n number of turns, then we can write E naught is equal to nba omega, and E is equal to E naught sine theta or sine omega t also. So now let's solve one question. So in this question there is a circular loop with area 200 centimeters square and 20 turns, and it is rotating with the speed of 50 radian per second in a magnetic field of 3 into 10 to the power minus 2 Tesla. So we have to calculate the maximum voltage or maximum induced EMF in the coil. The things which are given is number of turns, that is 20, area is also given, that is 200 centimeters square, so we have to convert it into meter square. So centi means 10 to the power minus 2, so when you square this you will get 2 into 10 to the power minus 2 meters square, and omega is given, that is 50 radian per second, and magnetic field is 3 into 10 to the power minus 2 Tesla. So we know EMF is given by E is equal to E naught sine theta, and for maximum EMF theta is equal to 90 degree. If you put theta is equal to 90 degree, then you will get E is equal to E naught into sine 90 is 1, so I'll just write E naught, and we know E naught is nba omega, so if you put the values and multiply this you'll get 0.6 volt. So this is the maximum voltage induced in the coil. This is the similar question to the previous question. So we have a circular coil of area 300 centimeters square with 25 turns and moving with the angular speed of 40 radian per second, and the magnetic field is 0.05 Tesla. You have to find the maximum EMF. We know E naught is nba omega, and using this formula you can easily find the maximum voltage. This is also similar question, but out here the coil is rectangular coil. It has 200 turns and the length and breadth is 15 centimeter and 40 centimeter, and out here frequency is given, omega is not given, and magnetic field is also given, that is 0.08 Weber per meter square. So you have to find the instantaneous voltage when the angle between magnetic field and area vector is 0 degree, 60 degree and 90 degree. So out here frequency is given, omega is not given, so it is 50 revolution per second, that means 50 hertz. So we can find omega using this formula, omega is equal to 2 pi frequency, and you can find E naught also, that is nba omega. So to find the area you have to use SI unit, so you have to convert this into meter. Then you have to find the EMF when the angle is 0 degree, so you can use this formula. So E is equal to E naught, you will get from here. First you will put 0 degree, so that means there will be no EMF because sine 0 is 0. In second case you have to put 60 degree in this angle, and in third case you have to put 90 degree. That time the EMF will be maximum. So this is the end of the video. Please don't forget to like the video and subscribe the channel. Thank you.